Good morning everybody, Christy from Getting Into Prepping. We're in the year 2024. We've just over the halfway mark of the first month of this year, and I just decided to make a little video on what am I prepping for in 2024. Now I have to admit that this is my personal personal reasons for prepping. It does not need to be yours, but I'm just giving you my idea of what I expect of 2024 and what I'm prepping for. First of all, we have to look at natural disasters. Natural disasters can happen at any time, anywhere. We've seen that a few strange things is happening in South Africa with earthquakes happening in the late part of 2023. We've had some flooding, we've had some wind damage in 2023. So natural disasters is obviously one of, or the first priority or first thing that I'm going to be preparing for in 2024. After that, the next thing that I believe that we should be that I'm preparing for in 2024 is the election that's coming up. With the election coming up, in the past we've experienced that with the elections, prior to the election, there's always some violence, some intimidation that is coming, and that is definitely something that we have to prepare for. We have to be ready for anything concerning that. So we have to look at the elections coming up. Then after the elections, when the results come out, that's also a possibility that there might be some problems. If I listen to the prediction of the clever people, they are predicting that there's a possibility that the ANC might lose their majority. And out of experience, if we look at what happened in, I just have to reserve this quickly. If we look at the past experiences in, for instance, Oudtshoorn, where they lost the election, they did not really want to give over power that easily. They kept to the power, and they kept on fighting and kept on occupying the offices up to the very, very, very last minute. And even after having suffered some losses at the courts, they still kept on, and they still tried to keep on to power. We also have to look at some political statements that was made, that the youth must become radical again and must be ready to fight and defend the honor of the ANC. So that is also something that I have to take into consideration, looking at the possibility that there might be violence after the election, especially if the ANC does lose the election. What also we have to look at is the situation with regard to the electrical situation, the Eskom situation. I saw an article yesterday that said that there is definitely a problem with the electricity. We're facing stage 8, we're looking at stage 8, which predicts a lot of problems. So electrical problems, short term, medium term, might even be long term, is a possibility. And with that, we also have to look at the possibility of a water crisis. The reason for my saying that is that if you do not have electricity, you will not have the way to, the means to actually then get the water to the houses and have that type of thing sorted out. So that is definitely a possibility that there might be a water crisis due to the electrical crisis. I don't think that this will happen prior to the election, because that will definitely harm the image and the election campaign of the ANC. So that will definitely be something that might be possible after the election, because up until the election they will definitely keep a good foot in front and show everybody how good they are. So yeah, that's my predictions for the coming 2024 and the things that I will be preparing for. And then just general emergencies. Any crisis can happen in your life, your personal life, at any stage. So we have to be prepared for that. That will include financial planning. I've got to get my financial planning, or review my financial planning, to make sure that the financial planning is in place. personal preparations as well. So that is the fourth thing, and then the last thing that I'm looking at that might be a possibility in 2024. If we look at the situation in the world, there's a strong possibility that there might be a world war breaking out. Now, I don't think that we will be directly influenced in the beginning. I'm not a politician. I'm not looking into a crystal ball, so I don't know what the situation will be. But what I can say is that if there is a world war, I'm quite sure that we're going to suffer some shortages, especially maybe looking at the food shortages, and then also the stuff that we get imported from all over the world. So shortages, I'm looking at the possibility of food shortages. So I'll definitely be preparing for food shortages. And then any other shortages of any other stuff that gets imported, we have to look at that. So that's my planning, my 5-point planning for the year that's upcoming. That's the 5 things that I will be looking at and preparing for. I would advise that you do your planning and your evaluation as well and decide on what you're going to prepare for. But we have to prepare. That's no maybe. Whatever your reasons are, whatever your thinking is regarding these things that I've mentioned, maybe you're looking at something different as well. I would like to hear that in the comments, so that we can all have a look at what the different scenarios and beliefs are, so that we can actually prepare for that. So that's the things that I'll be looking at, that I'll be preparing for, and that's my philosophy and my plan for 2024. I would love to hear what your philosophy and your plan will be for 2024, without revealing your internal security measures and stuff like that. I don't want to hear your secrets and have your plan compromised. But just in general, share your thoughts and your preparations with us as well, so that we can all learn out of that. That being said, thank you for spending time with me. I do hope that you've enjoyed and found some logic and intelligence and advice in this video, and I really hope that we will be seeing each other at the end of 2024 without any of this problems having realized, and that we are still just continuing as is. That is definitely my hope for the future and my prayer for the future, that nothing happens. But I would like to be prepared for anything, so that if anything happens, I'm prepared. If nothing happens, I'm good with that as well. So it's not a problem for me. I'm good with that. I'm not going to be disappointed that my preparations were gone to waste, because preparing never goes to waste. It's a skills. Whatever you have, it cannot be taken away from you, and you've got that. So with that being said, thank you for the time. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep on prepping.